All right. And we're live. And this is a total brainstorming session that I went live for two reasons. And Darren happened to be online, so he popped on too. But the two reasons are, one, I haven't published anything on Drop the Straps YouTube channel and I don't even know how long. And two, for this brainstorming thought exercise, it is extremely easy to get derailed into the weeds on numerous topics. So the purpose of this was to publish something on Drop the Strap and also to limit it to hopefully 30 minutes and get something malleable to refine later. So I typed this up real quick in the YouTube description. I'll read it now so Darren knows what's going on.
Okay, yeah.
All right. So I just got off the phone with a buddy of mine, and that's what sparked this. But you know, as I've mentioned to you, Darren, it's like I've had this thought countless times. I've just never, done what I'm about to do right now. So I get the same question a few times a month, and it always starts with, who should I use for cheap hosting? Just like today, hosting for a website is what people are asking about. But then all right, so I'll just read through what I just typed, and I haven't proofread this, so it might be horrible. But it comes so that what's that? Okay, so I get that question. Who should I use for cheap hosting? It comes via text or email from a buddy of mine. We jump on a call to talk about what they're looking to do. It turns out they are going out on their own, or their wife is going out, on their own work-wise. And there's a huge challenge to answering this question, as Darren can sympathize, that when it comes to diet and digital marketing, the answer is always, it depends. So let's take a look at, what you can do for yourself, because that's typically, what people are, when they're asking for cheap hosting, they're looking to do as much of it themselves as they possibly can. And in doing this, looking at what you can do yourself, this will also point out where you should spend on your digital marketing. The first places to spend, the biggest returns on where to spend and invest. But most important, where are the big returns on time and money investment with all this setting up your online digital marketing for yourself? So
this is gonna be a great video, man.
Well, what's going to be great is when I get through this first rough brainstorm and come back with a defined outline. I hope.
I'm like, I may show this to some people now, man. It's a sales video,
dude.
man.
Well, I mean, we could do a pre-sale, and it's $100, and as soon as 10 people buy it, then whatever.
All right.
Be thinking about that. But all right. So here's the deal. You need a business name. You need a business address that is unique and your own, and you need a business phone number, and you also need a I don't even want to say website. I'm going to say domain, because you can get started with this with just a domain. And I'm going to keep referring back to the it depends, because I know that every one of that statement with the domain, Darren and I could argue about for hours, and anyone else could argue too. So as I said, this is always like a horrible topic to not get into the weeds of all the things. So so that's what you need. You need at a minimum the name of the business address, the phone number, and the domain. Anything else popping in your mind, Darren, on that, or should I just keep going?
Your social profiles.
Oh,
like
dude,
your Facebook, Twitter.
You're so ahead. You're so ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Which means I absolutely agree, and I'm gonna put all that down here. I don't know if you're watching my screen or not.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay. I'll just put social accounts, because that's something we need to get to.
Yeah.
But this is like the immediate needs, where to start. So let me give this some context of the last 3 times I've gotten this call.
Okay.
One is a what's the term? Esthetician, where it's like skin, like
Yeah. Oh man, I've
facial.
been wanting to get one of those for a while.
Okay, so that's one case. Another case is a friend of mine that does like counseling, and so she's going out on her own from uh, she's like I'm trying to think of the specific term. Anyway, it's like a niche, type of counseling. Um, and then what was the third one recently? There was like an attorney. Well, it was an attorney, but it was like a specific like service. It wasn't like personal injury or anything like that. It was like a niche down thing. So just to give you some context, this is someone who's leaving an existing space to go out on their own, and I don't know how to turn off that. Yeah. So let me just like talk through that. Okay. So here's now, Darren, you'll understand the context of why I'm doing it this way. The same thing I tell all these people is start with your Google My Business.
Yeah.
And um, and so we're starting there, and what we're going to start with 20 images.
20. Wow, that's very specific.
Well, there's a lot of psychology behind that. If I ask for 20, then we might have enough to get the 3, logo, the 3 main ones,
Okay, what are those?
the cover, the logo, you know what I mean? The ones you
Yeah.
set inside your Google dashboard.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Okay.
just saying, I'm thinking like if people were watching this, what would they think?
Well, I'm going to show them right
Okay.
now. This is okay. So, and here's why. Okay, we're gonna start. As I said, we're looking at the biggest return from the DIY approach. So you're going to start with your Google My Business. This will satisfy. All right, and why we start with that? Why we start with that is this gives you a free website.
Yep.
This also gives you a listing in Google Maps. This gives you, all right, so some of these folks are going to use a customer management system that includes appointment booking, and depending on which platform you're using, then it might play nice with Google My Business. It's been a while since I've looked at the list of, appointment management, but it gives you a link in there, right? So
Right.
you've got the ability for people to schedule. You've got the ability for people to find you, and you also have a website, and that has cost you nothing but time, right? And so what you need for this, here we go. Need to. Okay. Start with GMB for free website, listing in Google Maps, appointments management. Okay.
Yeah, because you can put that appointment link there, right, on the Google My Business.
Yeah. Well, that's, yeah. I mean, it depends on if they have it or not,
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
depending on what else. I mean, because like in these cases, like some of them have already decided on what they're going to use for their, customer management system or platform. But others are, haven't even thought of that. So,
Yeah.
Okay, so you need 20 images. You also need the content for an FAQ. So for the content for your FAQ, I suggest you start with the top 5 questions your customer ask. All right. I'm also, man, you know what?
What's
I'm
that?
gonna put something before GMB.
What's that?
A MailChimp account.
Oh wow, okay. Because email, right?
Yep. So, um,
You didn't even think about that one, man.
and the reason that made me think of that is for your content, you can start with the top 5 questions that everybody asks. And the reason I'm suggesting you start with the MailChimp account, I'm saying MailChimp, this is another, we could argue and debate over what email platform to use. You could actually just start with a free Gmail, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But MailChimp is super easy. Let me put that. All right. Email first. The reason I say email first is because as soon as you have a GMB, you have a website, you're in maps, you have the ability for people to discover you. If you get somebody to land on your existence online, you want to be able to talk to them a second time.
I
And
would I would think, man, that like they should be able, they should grab their domain
uh-huh,
at the beginning,
uh-huh.
like before they started, grab your domain because you with Google they can have a vanity email address, and so like I know that a lot of times if I'm doing business with someone and they have a Gmail address, that gives me kind of a little bit of pause to say, I don't know, this person hasn't taken the time to even put a vanity email address. So if they have a domain where they're setting up right there, right there, and there, they can set up your Google email.
So that was super choppy, but I totally know exactly what you were saying. Are you there? Uh-oh, we might have lost him. Let me see if you're even in the. Yeah, it shows you in there. I don't know if you can. Can you hear me? Are you there? Are you there? Uh-oh. Okay. I'm just gonna recap what I think you were saying. Because you were cutting out. But all right, here we go. I'm gonna do.
You
Oh,
there?
you're coming back. You there?
So yeah, man, have buy.
Oh, we're still losing you. I'm just gonna.
Scott.
You're popping in and out, but we can't hear you. What is
I, yeah, I'm with you, man.
I'm gonna. You're still choppy. I'm gonna keep going, and then free to it $30 a month or so? I'll say free to start with the MailChimp. Okay. And then we'll do, okay, cost, actions. Oh, here we go. Cost and let us know when you're back, Darren. I'm just doing some cleanup here on the notes. Actions, and then what do I call this? Take all this over here. Need these 3 things to start. Boom. All right. And then okay. There we go. Purchase domain name. And then you email host action set up email at domain name. All right. Okay. So cost and $5 a month. And I'll actually I'll come back and put what I recommend in there. But okay, so whoops, backing up. Yeah, so we purchase a domain name. Okay. And then well, we'll just keep it parked for now. And then all right, yeah, MailChimp account. Free to start. Cut there, and then email campaign. Then let's do create a MailChimp account. Okay, and then write 5 FAQs. Okay, did we lose Darren? Okay, we lost him. He can still use that. Let me see if this is even broadcasting. I don't even know if this is broadcasting. Let me check here. God, this is why this is such a hard answer here. Okay, so all right, so let's walk back to this. You need business name, business address, business phone number, right? And then you're going to buy a domain name. So you buy the domain name. It's about $10 a year. I'll put my recommendation links in there. Then you need email hosting, and then you use, so you're going to set up your email at whatever. And so do that yourself. Can get super confusing, but it's doable. Then we start with creating a MailChimp account, free if DIY, content creation. Write your first 5 frequently asked questions, right? And let's see. Am I live right now? Drop the strap marketing. Okay. It says it's live. Okay. Cool. It says it's live. All right. Okay, I got maybe 20 more minutes here. Okay. So we're going to write our first 5 FAQs. Then I don't know what to title this. All right. So then we campaign. Okay, free to start. Then we do our content creation, email content, use 5 FAQs for first 5 emails. Okay, so now we've got an email campaign up and running. So if someone gives you, okay, then we want to publish email opt-in landing page, right? All right. And then, so now we've got an email opt-in landing page, which you can use MailChimp to host that. All right. And then we get here to GMB account. This is Google My Business account, right? And okay, populate. Populate. Oh, here we go. Photos. Oh. Images. All right. So there we go. Okay. And then your GMB account. Create GMB. Add business info. Add images. Add images. We've already created and done that. And, oh, actions. the last thing, verify GMB when you can get mail at business address. All right. Let me go with that. Populate name, address. That's populate name, address, phone, website. Populate products, services. Upload images. And that's like kind of its own course right there. But cut, verify, publish, website, right? And this is what that looks like. Copy. Okay. All right. And then citations. And citations. And about $100 a year using Moz local, right? Claim top social. So go ahead and say Facebook, LinkedIn, Yelp, Instagram, right? Okay. And then what else do we want to do? Then we're going to start posting content on socials. Okay. I think we're going to cut it off here, right? Because the posting on socials, each one of those is like its own thing. You want to start with the Google My Business. And weekly at a right? Weekly at a minimum, and that's mainly so that your customer looks at your site and sees, oh, this business is still alive and active. If it's been 3 months, 6 months, a year, that raises doubt of whether you're open or not. So, okay, I think I'm going to cut off there so I can go to the gym, because this is kind of its own course class thing right there. But high level is name, address, phone, domain, email, marketing, GMB, And then oh man, it's like a whole other. And we get into reviews. High level overview. Okay. Okay. So this is kind of like a checklist thing here. And all right, I guess I'll stop here. So I'm going to create a checklist. If you'd like the checklist for this, all right, here we go. Grab the what do I want to call this? Drop the strap.com / setup. Is that it? Let's see. DIY setup. DIY setup. There. I'm going to go create this right now. DIY setup with an email opt-in, and then we'll get all this cleaned up and over to you with the recommended links. A lot of these links, I guess, will probably be explainer videos, to be honest with you. But we'll figure that out. Okay, cool. Talk to you soon.